Hi everyone, I am jumping on to speak about Trump, as I'm sure every other person in the world is doing so. I'm all preparing to right now. It wasn't my intention, but I have been prodded all day by my little friends to do some channeling or some writing on him. So let's get into that. If you're not aware of what's happened with Trump, he was shot at his most recent rally, which took place last night, I believe, for US time. I'm a bit confused. I'm in Australia. And he was hit in the ear and taken down by his security team and then led off stage unharmed as such, other than obviously the injury to his ear. The shooter has been shot. The one person in the audience was injured, and unfortunately another person was fatally injured, last I heard. So that's sort of the scenario at the moment, and it's going to be obviously a heavily focused media topic in the days and weeks to come. So when I first saw that, I had, a normal standard emotional reaction, as anyone would, to seeing someone be shot or shot at, and obviously the sense of that in the crowd as well as they went down in hiding. So and then when that sort of subsided, I had, unfortunately, that, how did this happen? What's behind it? Can I take it at face value? Are there other, I don't want to say conspiracies, but there will be conspiracies obviously behind it. And I hate that we have to doubt everything. So I think that's probably why I was being prodded to bring through some information. So I'm going to share that today. Apologies for the attire. I just went for a run. So I just want to start before I read this through, because I am going to read this through, is that we live in like a collective consciousness where the highest probability or the highest potential is essentially what comes through when you connect into that. Now, we have complete creative free will and control, so we have the ability to change that as a collective moving forward. So that's not to be a scapegoat to get out of what's going to be said if it doesn't happen this way, but it's just to allow people to understand that it's not a fail-safe, any information you bring through, and that it is just to take it on board with some level of awareness, but you don't therefore have to accept it. And it may not be the case. So let's get into what came through. I asked a very general question about what they, and I say they because I don't have a specific guide as such, or a label or a name for a guide. I just talk to the universe, unless I'm otherwise directed, which can happen. So this is what I just said, for a very general, what would you like to say to anyone listening? This must be approached carefully, for the hatred that will spark is parabolic. Might we start with the grounding question? Was Mr. Trump intentionally hit by his own team? This needs to be addressed first, as the rest can be absorbed. The truth of the matter is, Mr. Trump was intentionally hit by his own team. He was made to be seen to fall at his own sword. It will incite such injustice amongst people. It will fuel their discord toward the democracy they hold so dear within their hearts. It is a now or never time for the populace to stand at large in unity, and there needed to be a shock to the system that brings this into being. The false flag, as it will become known in due course, will not be seen as a devastation, but a culmination point for humanity when they rise and say enough is enough. The next part is about the sun and the sun's rays. It needs a little bit more background to take you there at this point, but if you just see it as the sun is a delivery mechanism for creation, we'll just say that. So just take this for the sentiment that it is, and there's a lot more information about the sun that I plan to bring through in the next year from what I've been receiving over the last year. But we'll get to that. Anyway, the piercing light of the sun is behind the intentional takeout of this famed man. Why? because sunlight rays know no boundaries, only truth. And the overwhelming truth is there is no more resilience left in the collective. It can no longer bear the amplification of noise and misguidance, which I think we could all very much feel that could be very true. This will ignite people across the globe to start to take heed of the manipulation that surrounds them. This was the intent behind the mass awareness. Mr. Trump will not be dismantled by the incriminating certainty that will fall at his feet. He will use the pedestal to bring about global outcry and outreach, to open up the trust accounts. Now they're saying that tongue-in-cheek, but essentially meaning the trust that we need to be able to reinstill in humanity and in our leaders and in our society and in everything and anything we see on social media or mainstream media. Okay, your population must step into this phase of awakening soon. It is imperative that all people become enlightened to the changes apparent on earth. Have you not seen yourselves flailing? Have you not felt yourselves drowning? The fish are out of the waters, and devastation is the force that seems most popular right now. Now for Biden. What is to come of his endeavours moving forward? The alarm bells are ringing for so many. And for those that haven't been following US politics, and to be honest, I don't follow a lot of it. I don't follow Australian politics. But I am aware that, and I have seen the videos that Biden obviously didn't do very well at the presidential, or the whatever they call it, debate. And then most recently this week, he has made two very big faux pas in calling President Zelensky Putin and also calling Kamala Harris Trump. And that has obviously not gone down so well. So the alarm bells are ringing for so many. It is appropriate for him to walk away from the stage, but this terror attack will destabilize the founding members too much to bring about further destabilization. And that I can see how that could be the case. While everyone, the populace of America are going to be feeling quite shocked and rocked by what has just happened, to then take out the president in his run for the next election, essentially, could be completely destabilizing to that. So that sort of feels right to me, on a personal, my opinion. He will be salvaged at the hand of Trump, but all in good tidings, as this only seeks to bring more advantage to Trump and consolidate his stature and presence. He is the survivor of a gun attack, and this is how he will be viewed for the short term. Undeterred, this leader/hero, because he will have that hero status as a sort of wash off of this, will play against the disintegrating mind of his opponent and allow him a further foothold on the establishment. Then let the games begin. This is by and large a ticket home, and he will advance like a Trojan. Wait and see. The limitlessness of truth will be the ultimate hero upon his acceptance speech. Wait and see. So that is what I received today, and their take on the shooting and the flow-on effects that will have running up into their November election. By all means, comment. I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. As I said, I'm not emotionally invested one way or the other. I'm Australian. I know that anything that happens in the US obviously has a flow-on impact across the globe, but it's not a direct hit as to my belief of Trump or Biden. I asked if there was anything further, and I got, we wish all your viewers well. They are miracles of light and deserve to be understood as such. This will be the ultimate unveiling in the years to come. Remember, all is a game. Play wisely. You are nearing checkmate. Okay, so if I get anything further through, I will let you know. If you've got any questions that you'd like me to write on and put that information out there, by all means, let me know, DM me, pop it in the comments, share this around, get other people's feedback. yeah, we'll see what else comes through in the coming weeks.